Hello everyone, Manthroll here, and welcome back to a Suggestion Saturday video. Now, before we get started, there's a few things I did want to announce. Number one, I know I said in previous video that I want to start doing uploads early in the morning. This way, we'll have them published early in the morning. This way you guys would have it for the entire day. I realize that is actually very subject to the time zones, and it doesn't... If I do it early in the day, it might be midnight for somebody else. So it's one of those things where no matter what time frame I do it by, it'll conflict with maybe one viewer or another viewer. So I can't really base it off of that. I have to base it off when would be the best time for me to do that. And the answer to when the best time for me to do that is in the evening hours, like I have been doing previously. So my videos are going to start going back into the evening hours. So that's why that is actually going to be occurring. Sorry about the lag. I don't know what's going on here. Shows I have internet connection, but... the other thing is... tomorrow is supposed to be the finale for the Dimension of the Damned. Now, if you guys remember, both of my accounts are actually in the finale. And I will be recording both of those. Hopefully this doesn't happen tomorrow. But I will be recording that. And I'll be recording my experience on one screen. So it's going to look a little weird. But it's going to be on one screen. This way you guys can see both at the same time. Now do keep in mind, I won't be having them help each other. I will be logged in with both. But they will not be helping each other. Because in the... rules of multi-login, it states that you cannot rig a minigame to your advantage. You can't rig them. And if one account would help another account, if you ask me, that would be the same thing as rigging a minigame. So I am not going to be doing that. I don't want to violate any rules. I don't want to violate any ethics. So I'm just going to be having them do their own thing, which is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, and I kind of regret setting things up the way I did. But I'm going to be focusing on my main account, and there's reasons for that. So do expect that video out either Sunday or Monday morning. Well, Sunday or Monday evening, sorry, or afternoon. So, like I said, all my videos, I'm going to try to get them out around 7 p.m. my time. And I'm Eastern Standard Time, so that'll be for what the time frame I will traditionally go for. See, I'm actually selecting to go somewhere, and it's not going where... I just realized the mouse is not appearing anywhere near where it shows for you guys. But yeah, so that's the plan for that, so... now we're going to go on to the suggestions for the day. And I have one simple one and one kind of complex one. The first one is a very simple one. I know I've suggested it before. I know other people have. And I know I wouldn't be the last one to suggest it, or the only one to suggest it. But it's a very popular idea, and that is to add the keyring, or to get rid of the actual item keyring and have it unlocked onto your tool belt. So basically you would still have to do the quest that you would need to do to get the keyring unlocked, the steel keyring. But instead of being a physical item, the steel keyring, it gets unlocked on your tool belt, and then you can start putting keys onto your tool belt that way. This way you will no longer have to worry about, okay, well, do I have the key for this? Where's this key? Where's that key? Okay, this is key A, B, C, D, white key, green key, all these different types of keys, and you don't always know which one you need. And you have to go back and you have to think about different steps that you took for different quests to understand where all these keys go. So yeah, I would like to see the keyring actually just be put onto the tool belt and be done with it, and then have all your keys go in there. Now, not all keys can go on the keyring, mind you. Like the frozen key cannot go in the keyring. So there would be no reason to do that. And not to mention, that's kind of a special key that kind of degrades and then it's gone. And then you have to reacquire. So that's a little bit different. So that's why it's going to be just the keys that are currently on there. And no extra special key, no skeleton keys, nothing like that. Just the plain keys that you normally have can go right into your tool belt. Now, for the more complicated suggestion, and I've kind of brought this up on the forums a long time ago, and I'm guessing probably some other people have too. But I know some games already have this, and RuneScape, sadly, is not one of them. Probably due to different reasonings, but is an area speak. And by an area speak, like proximity speak, would be like somebody within a certain proximity of your character. If you have it enabled, and if they have it enabled, you can actually talk like I am to you guys right now through the microphone, and you guys would be able to hear me. Now, if you want to mute different people, you would just throw them on your block list because you don't want to talk to them. So that's all you would have to do there. If somebody is being unruly and you don't like the way they're talking, and if somebody is speaking inappropriately, of course you have your report button. It would have to have a different option though for actual speaking. And then if you ask me, what could happen then as a result of somebody getting out of line too many times with the actual microphone aspect is they lose that option. As well as maybe whatever. Jagex decides the punishments, of course. But I think that'd be kind of a nice way to get people to actually more together without having to rely on stuff like Discord. And not to mention, if you're relying on stuff like Discord, well, maybe you miss out on making a friend because maybe the person that's fishing next to you don't have in Discord. They're not a big typer, so they don't end up typing. You don't end up talking to them. You're talking to your friends on Discord. Well, you might have missed out on making a friend. So that's why I rather like this idea of an area proximity speak. Now, I know there is quite a few other games that actually do have that. And yes, sometimes it is annoying, and yes, sometimes it is bad. But if you don't like it, you can always just turn it off, because it would be purely a toggle option. It would not be a required option. So that is something to actually keep in mind. It's just purely out of option, and if you want to talk to people that are around you, by all means, you would have that capability. And I think that would be actually pretty good for some people, Kind of be nice to get and talk to different people out there in the world. So that'll actually be it for today's suggestions. If you have any comments on these, please let me know, of course, and I will respond back. We can converse, expand ideas, and make them better. That's the whole point of these videos, is to take an idea and take it to the next step and keep going and going until it's like a perfect idea. And hey, maybe eventually you can get into Jagex's ear. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.